As you can see, I didn't have too many notes for this film. What's up, everybody? Back today to talk about Contracted Phase 2. And yeah, I reviewed the original Contracted film about a year or two ago, and you know, there might be a few spoilers in this review. I really don't care. The movie's not that great. It's a big meh. I didn't even have anything to write about it, good or bad, really. Let's get into the story a little bit. It starts off right where Contracted 1 ends, which is the part I liked most about this movie. It focuses on our character, what happened to her at the end of the last film, and then it quickly jumps to our new character, who was actually in the first film as well, but he was a douchebag, and he's a douchebag throughout this movie, and there's no character development in him or anybody else in this movie at all, and that is why it kind of sucked. At least in the first film, you kind of felt sorry for the girl because she was pathetic and meandering around life and all this stuff, and then she got infected with this nasty disease that, you know, causes deterioration of the body and eventually other things. And this guy, you just don't care because he's one of the guys that kind of took advantage of her in the first film. So right off the bat, you start with not liking him. At least I didn't. I didn't find his character charming, or, you know, I had no feelings for him. He was just annoying. And then in the meantime, they're kind of showing what's going on with the carrier, the guy who started this whole virus thing. And I was hoping the movie would focus a lot more on that. I kind of got excited when they started talking about that, but it actually went really nowhere. It was just like this crazy guy, and I mean, maybe they'll explain more in the third one, because yes, the film ended and it's gonna set up for a third one, and I was like, oh geez. So eventually you'll have a Contracted, you know, phase 2, phase 3, and you'll have a box set, and I guess enough people are gonna like them to make 3 movies. I don't know. Like I said, the best parts were the beginning of this one, because it showed what happened to the character at the end of the last movie. There was a little bit of gore, not even that much. I thought there'd be a lot more gore, and they did explain the story a little bit as to what's going on. In the first one, it was a complete mystery. At the same time as they explained it, I really didn't care, and I was like, either explain it more or don't explain it. It was like a half-assed explanation that they're saving probably for the third movie, and you know, I don't dig that shit, although I'll probably watch the third movie. In the bad, you know, low budget as usual, not as low as the first one. That's not why this movie suffers, it's because of low budget. It just suffers because of poor character development. You know, they have this LA cop, and she's clearly Canadian the way she talks, which is fine. I mean, she could have moved from Canada, I guess. It just sounded kind of goofy. I don't know. Just in parts it almost tries to be funny, but it's not funny, and I don't know. This virus started spreading all over, and instead of being contained to one person, it was just like going all over, and they explained that in the story, but I was just like, I didn't give a shit. I just really didn't care. The final scene of the movie is a little bit better, you know, where they set it up for the third one, the end, and that was okay, but I wish I would have known more about this bad guy. I don't want to wait for another movie. So in closing, what I'm going to say about Contracted Phase 2 is it gets 2 stars out of 5 because it's decent to sit and watch. It's not that bad, but it goes nowhere basically. And you know, if you want to watch the first one and this is a double feature, it might make an okay double feature. They're short, both movies. I think this one was only like an hour and 20 minutes also. But I just liked the first one a lot better because I felt for the girl. In this one, I didn't like the guy, and of course the other character is the bad guy. I didn't like him, and we don't really know anything about him. And yeah, so 2 out of 5, and it wasn't that gory. It was hardly any gore, you know, sneezing blood on the thing, pissing blood, big fucking deal. We've seen all that, right? So if you've seen Contracted Phase 2, comment down below and let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys soon with The Visit from M. Night Shyamalan.